So we are going to learn about the comparison between the arithmetic and the Huffman codes. That means we are all aware how we are going to generate the binary codes in arithmetic, and then how we are going to get the codes in the with the help of Huffman coding technique. Now, what we are going to see that we have already taken an example regarding the arithmetic coding, which we did in the earlier lecture, and we calculated the codes for this particular source. This particular example is of arithmetic coding, that is generating the binary codes. हम binary codes find कर रहे हैं यहाँ पे. क्या था? हमने what we did was we had source A, and in this we had 4 symbols or letters that was having the different frequency probabilities as PA1 is equal to half, PA2 is equal to 1 by 4, PA3 is equal to 1 by 8, and PA4 is equal to 1 by 8 again. So what we did was we numbered these particular symbols as 1, 2, 3, 4 in sequence. Then we calculated the fx. Fx was calculated. If you have any doubt in this particular how we calculate the fx and tx and further thing, then you can see the earlier video lecture also. You can find out there. And after finding out the fx, we calculated the tx, that is tag. Now we converted this particular decimal value into the binary code. Then we find out what length should be kept for the binary codes. That is done with the help of this formula, that is ceiling value of log 1 by px plus 1. And then the code was generated for that particular length. Now, when we compare the two algorithms, we are going to find out the length, right? Suppose we are going to calculate the average length for this particular example, for these particular codes. Now for this particular source A, what will be the average length? We all know, and we have studied the formula of average length, how to calculate. Average length is denoted by L, capital L, that is equal to summation k is equal to 1 to n pk dot lk. That means the length of a code is multiplied with the probability of the code, and that will be summed up from 1 to n, right? Suppose here we have 4 symbols. So the value of n is equal to what? The value of n is equal to is 4 here. Now in this, what we are going to see, we are going to calculate it from 1 to 4. K is equal to 1 to 4. So let us calculate this particular value. It will be the length is equal to, first of all, we have symbol 1, that is A1. The probability is 0.5, 0.5, or you can write it half, multiplied by the length of the code, that is 2, multiplied with the length of the code, sorry, that is 2. So 0.5 multiplied by 2 plus, next A2 is what? This is for A1. Now for A2 we have what? We have 1 by 4, that is 0.25 into, what is the code for this particular? The code for A2 is, the length of the code is 3. This is the length of the code, we all know, right? So this is 3 multiplied by 3 plus, let's take A3, third alphabet. So for third alphabet, the probability is 1.8. That can be written as 0. That can be written as 0. So what we have written is, we have written 0.5 multiplied by 2 plus 0.25 multiplied by 3. Then we have plus 0.125 because it is 1/8 multiplied by, what is this length of A3? Length of chord is 4. 4 plus, again we have A4. The probability of A4 is 1/8 again. So it is again 0.125 multiplied by, again, what is the length of this particular A4 is again 4. So 4. So what we get is the average length is equal to 2.75 bits per symbol. This is what? This is the average length of the code that we have generated, right? This is the unit for average length. So you can see the average length we have captured or we have calculated for these particular codes that we have generated is 2.75. Now let's compare it with the Huffman. Let's see, we have taken the same example of A1 letter, that is we have a source of 4 letters, A1, A2, and A3 and A4. And here we have the same probabilities as 0.5, that is half. 1/4, we have taken the same frequencies. 1/8 for A3 and again 1/8 for A4, that is 0.125. Now we have calculated the codes, right? So the codes calculated are these particular codes. I have not shown the complete way of how to calculate the Huffman codes with minimum variance or whatever. But these are the codes, right? Now in this particular, let's calculate the average length. The same formula will work for the average length. The average length will be equal to summation of K1 to N Pk dot Lk. Again, K here is equal to 1 to 4. 1 to 4 because we have N is equal to 4. N is equal to 4. Now you can see these particular codes. These codes have different average lengths that is calculated. The average length is calculated how? Again, the length of the code is here 1. Here the length of the code is 1. I'm writing it as small l. Here it is 1 again, and here it is 2. So what I have done, 0.5 multiplied by 1, 0.25 multiplied by 1, 0.125 multiplied by 1, 0.125 multiplied by 125, and addition of all. So that gives me 1.125. Next, this particular have the length as 1, length as 1, length as 2, and length as again 2. So this will be what? This will be 0.5 multiplied by 1 plus 0.5 multiplied by 1 plus 0.125 multiplied by 2 plus 0.125 multiplied by 2. So this gives us 1.25. Now third code says what? Third code is again, we have little more, that is the code length is 1 here. This is 2, this is 3, and this is again 3. So again, the same way we are going to calculate and we will get 1.75. And again, here we are going to calculate it in the same way and we are going to get the average length is equal to 1.875. Now you see here that if I consider the average length, so average length is considered to be the best as this one, 1.125. The highest that we have got for this particular is 1.875. That is again much lesser than the average length we have calculated in this particular example of binary code, that was 2.75. So what we have, one more thing we should see, that the codes, if you remember, we have done one thing, that is what we have to find out the optimum code in terms of uniquely decodable codes. So we have to find out the code should be uniquely decodable. So if you find out or do the test for uniquely decodable, then you will find that the third code is having the optimum code because it is working on the decodability test. It is passing the uniquely decodable test, right? If you want to see the uniquely decodable test, how we do it, you can again see the lecture video series of uniquely decodable code. You will get to know. And now, if this is the optimum code, then the average length is 1.75. And earlier we have found out the average length for binary was 2.75. So you can see that this is having lesser average length. But the problem with the Huffman code is what? It code the letter by letter. It does not code a sequence of letters. That is the major drawback for the Huffman coding. So now let's see what are the drawbacks, limitations of Huffman coding over the arithmetic coding. So first thing, disadvantages of Huffman coding: changing in assemble. That means if the in assemble changes, the frequencies and probabilities will change, and optimal coding also changes. That means the Huffman code is not flexible. If there is little bit of change, it will completely vary the coding technique. In text compression, symbol frequencies vary with the context. So again, we have to generate the complete sequence of code for this particular text. Recomputing the Huffman code by running through the entire file in advance. That is again a disadvantage. Whenever we are going to work on the particular transmission, so saving and transmitting the code is also necessary. We are going to transmit the code also in Huffman coding. And I told you the major drawback is it does not consider the blocks of symbol. It generates the code only for single characters. That is the major drawback, and this particular drawback is being overcome by the arithmetic coding, right? Strings of characters. The next 9 symbols are predictable characters, but bits are used without conveying any new information. So that is the disadvantage. Now, continuing with the disadvantage, what we have, this particular Huffman coding is hard to adapt to changing statistics. That I have already shown you, that if there is any change, it does not ensemble the changes. Minimum code length is 1 bit. Serious penalty for high probability symbols. So what it does is it gives the less code word length for the high probability symbols. When taking the binary source, let's say this 0.9, entropy is calculated as this. We have already seen how we calculate the entropy. Huffman code, this is the one. Joint coding is not practical for large alphabets. But what we do in arithmetic coding, you can see the codes and the functions were find out in the intervals of 0 to 1. But here we have either 0 or 1, that is 1 bit. Okay, but in arithmetic coding, this problem is being resolved, and what we are doing, we are working on the distribution, cumulative distribution. Code a sequence of symbols without having to generate codes for all the sequence of that length. So that is the advantage of arithmetic coding. Arithmetic coding is what? It is a lossless coding technique. This coding technique typically has a better compression ratio. I'm not talking about the average length, I'm talking about the compression ratio and the Huffman coding, as it produces a single symbol rather than several separate code words. That means for a sequence of symbols, it generates the code words rather than single and separate code words. A message is represented by an interval of real numbers between 0 to 1 that I have told you and you have already seen in the earlier example. Successive symbols of message reduce the size of interval in accordance to the symbol's probability generated by the model. So this is what we have in arithmetic coding at the Huffman coding. So I hope you must have understood.